Hey guys, how's it going? Today's a really special day. This is a project that I've been planning on working on for a long time now. It's been a good couple months. Seen some guys on YouTube make videos on how they made their own Les Paul, and I was just really inspired by that. For me, I love Les Pauls. They're my favorite shape of guitar to play on. And so I decided rather than just buying another one, because I have a whole bunch of them, why don't I just make my own? And so that's what I'm doing today. We're going to be building a custom Les Paul, my dream Les Paul build. I have no woodworking experience, so this is going to be a fun project for me. We're going to be using a kit. This kit I ordered from solomusicgear.com. The thing came within a couple days, which is really cool. I also live in Canada. Solomusicgear.com's warehouse is in Canada, so that helps, I guess. But just got the kit today. Let's open this thing up and let's see what we're working with. All right, guys, so here it is. This is the package as I got it from Solo Music Gear. I'm super excited to work on this thing, so why don't I just start by opening this thing up. And of course, I have plenty of experience opening boxes, working at an old sporting goods store back when I was a teenager. That being said, I haven't had to do this in a long time, but you know. Grab my razor blade, try not to cut my fingers open as I'm doing this. Jeez. I'm not very good at this. All right. Cut along the sides. Oh. Yeah, for a big guy, I'm not very elegant, so I'll give you that. Come on. All right. The big reveal. Oh, wow. Look at that. Let's see if the camera shows that. Oh, yeah. Wow, I am really excited. So, cool thing with this kit, it comes with all the hardware you need. So, as you can see here, we got the pick guards. Sorry, the plates and the pick guards, the back covers. I'll open this up and I'll show you in a little bit here, but we got the pickups, cables, we've got strings, wiring, we've got potentiometers, we got everything that we need for the build. Which is really cool. What do we got here? So, Solo Music Gear sends this, so you can go and do all these things if you want. Basically, it's just saying, you know, make sure there's everything. There's wiring diagrams online. And in this video, we're going to do a dry fit. Before we do anything else, it's just the UPC stuff here. Cool. Cool, we even got a little coupon from them. So here's what we're going to do. This is the neck. Ooh, that feels nice. The headstock, and the nut is not glued on, it's just kind of rolling around, which is fine. We're going to put a different one on anyways. So what I'm doing differently with this build that most people won't do is I'm actually going to be essentially using none of the parts that come with this. I have my own parts that I'm going to be putting on this. So this definitely is not one of those, you know, build your dream Les Paul for under $300 videos. This is a video where I'm spending a lot of money, and I'm building a Les Paul that I really want. So there's the neck. A little bit of rough stuff in the cavity where the truss rod goes, but other than that, this is looking really nice. I think it comes with a coat of wood seal around there, so I might just do a quick sand. I'll probably do it tomorrow to get rid of that. Now here's the moment that I certainly have been waiting for. Ooh, this is nice. So here's the body. It's a Les Paul, obviously. It's got a flame maple top. Looking at this, the craftsmanship is decent, you know. I'm not going to say it's amazing, but it's pretty good. The binding, it's a little rough in some spots, as you can see, but it's nothing a little bit of wood filling won't fix. So there's the back side. That's pretty beautiful. That's pretty nice. All right, so now that you've seen what's inside the box, I'm going to quickly make sure the neck fits in the slot, obviously. And my tripod's not very tall, so I'm a tall guy. I'm actually on my knees right now to make sure that, you know, you can actually see my face. So basically, this is going to be a glue-in neck. It's going to be a set neck. I originally thought this was a bolt-on kit, so I was surprised when I ordered it to find out it was a glue-in or a set neck, which is fine. It's actually better that way. So yeah, let's make sure this fits. All right, let me do it in a way where the camera can get it too. Okay, so got it. Gotta use some elbow grease to make sure it's in there. It's almost in there. There we go. All right, so I got it. It's definitely a snug fit. There's a little bit of space. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on that. I don't know if the camera will be able to focus on that. If not, there's a tiny bit of a gap there. So I might need to kind of do a light sand on this side here, because it is, there's a little bit of a gap, a tiny gap on this side. So if I sand this side down a smidge, this should fit a little bit better. Essentially, you want the neck to be really snug right out of the box. So that's good. Now, as for this massive slab of wood, off camera, I was kind of worried about it. So I took some humbuckers that I had lying around, some old, cheap, crappy ones, and they actually go in. And so when I put the humbucker in, it actually fits. It fits just fine. Like, it's not too high. It sits deep in the cavity, so it's good. That being said, though, I don't know if you can see, that's where the wiring is going to be coming through to this pickup. So I'm going to have to shave this down. So let me take this back out again and show you what I mean. So with the neck in there right now, this hole is all but covered. There's barely any space. And so this is a thick piece of wood. So I'm going to have to carve this down to probably half that size, if not even more. So that's definitely a mod that I'm going to have to do, which is fine. I was planning on modding this guitar a lot anyways. As for the nut, you can tell it's missing. It's not missing. It came glued in, but I guess it was a rough ride and the thing popped right out. So makes my job a little easier because I was going to replace it anyways, but I'm definitely not thrilled about the fact that, you know, there's that damage there now. So I'm going to have to go in there and sand it and smooth it out. But the nut, if it was on there, it would look like that, and it fits fine. So I've got a Graphtec Tusk XL nut that I'm going to be using, so this actually works really nice. I can just kind of shape it and get it filed down to this size to pop it back on. All right, so I'll take this moment to kind of talk about what I want to do with this build. It's kind of funny how the bed sheets are literally the exact same colors as the guitar. But let's try to ignore that for a second. So it's 22 fret neck. It's rosewood. What I'm going to be doing is I've actually got these things called neck illusions, which is a set of stickers you can get. I got all my supplies in the corner. So this is a set of neck illusions. So you can see the fretboard got all this nice vine inlays, kind of like a PRS. So this is actually going to go on top of this fretboard. So it's gonna look like this, if that makes sense. And I've done a lot of research on these things. They seem really cool. They don't damage the guitar. They're so thin that you won't even feel them. And they actually feel like regular wood from what I've read. So I'm really excited to try those. So I'm going for a black to purple burst. And then the sides and the black are going to be, the sides and back of the neck are going to be black. Headstock's going to be black. Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped for that. The headstock, I'm going to have my own logo carved in here and filled in with pickguard material. And then I'm going to have a little logo that I've whipped up that's going to go on the top. As for the bindings, the stock bindings are just regular, I don't know if you can see that, but the stock bindings are just plastic cream bindings. So I am going to take those out and replace them with this. This is a white mother of pearl binding, which I'm going to put on here. And since the headstock doesn't have any binding, I'm actually going to route a channel, and I'm going to add binding to the headstock as well. So that's all the mods that I'm going to be doing on this kit. Actually, I forgot to mention one more. So I'm going to be using Fishman Fluence Devin Townsend pickups on this guitar, which I think is going to sound awesome. I'm a big metal guy. I play with a lot of EMGs. I'm excited to give these Fishman Fluence pickups a shot. They're Devin Townsend signature set, and he's one of my favorite musicians. So he uses a mini switch as his voice selector. So I'm going for mini switch as well. So I haven't decided where I'm going to drill a hole or where I'm going to have that switch, but my next mod, or my last mod, is going to be a drilling into a cavity somewhere. I don't know if the switch is going to be up here next to the pickup selector, or if it's going to be down here next to the volume and tone pots. So if that's the case, I have to be careful not to expand the cavity from the top, because I already have back plates that cover those. So I'll have to drill in kind of on an angle for those holes. But I'll make that decision when it comes to that. But yeah, that's a pretty quick overview of what I'm going for with this guitar. Now, it does feel like actually there is no sealer on the wood. It just feels like raw wood. I know in the past they shipped this stuff with sealer. So I'm actually going to see if this has sealer on it or not. So a good tip that the guy there at Soul Music Gear said is take some water, which I have here. I'm just going to actually, this thing already has a straw built into it, and I'm just going to drop a couple drops of water on it. And if it beads off, which that was a lot of water, but that is definitely soaking into the wood. So this is unfinished wood. So we're dealing with raw wood. Now, unfortunately, I put a lot of water on there, but I'll clean that off and I'll dry that off. But yeah, so we got raw wood, so less work for me. All right, as promised, let's show you the gear that comes with this build. So as mentioned before, I'm not going to be really using anything that comes with the kit, just because I've bought my own parts, really high-end stuff, but I figured I might as well show you just in case you're interested in getting this kit from solomusicgear.com. You can see kind of what it comes with. So you got the rhythm treble washer rather. That's very typical with a Les Paul type of instrument. You got all your washers and everything, your bolts for your switch, your pickup selector switch, which is right there. You got your potentiometers and the wiring. So this is essentially for your pickups and the electronics of the guitar. So that's that. Moving on next, the tuning machines and the what's that called again? The cover for the truss rod. So the truss rod cover and your tuning machines. Again, I'm not going to be using these. I've got my own Graphtec custom ones that I'm going to be installing. So these are this right here is a pick guard. So this is just plastic cream. This is the back plate for the pickups. And then next, which fell on the ground, same thing. Back plate for the three-way selector switch. These are the humbuckers that come with the build. They already come with mounted pickup rings and everything. So these are just regular kind of Burstbucker style humbucker pickups, just cheap ones. Again, I'm not going to be using these, but they could be useful if you're looking for a budget guitar. I'm sure they probably sound half decent. These are the strings that come with the guitar. I'm not going to be using these again, but I will be using these right now just for the dry fitting to make sure that the neck sits straight in the pocket and the bridge and everything fits. So I'm going to leave those to the side for now. Bridge posts, so you got the stop piece and the bridge as regular Tune-O-Matic bridge with the posts and everything. So I'm going to install these and just for the dry fit, see how everything fits. These are pretty cool. These are the knobs that come with the kit. A stupid camera, if it'll focus, I can show you in detail. It won't focus. I got a really bad camera. But anyways, there you go. You can see what those look like. And then, last but not least, it comes with an audio cable, which is really cool. So you're ready to rock and roll. So right now, let's do a dry fit. All right, it's time for the dry fit. So what I'm going to be doing here is installing the stop piece, the bridge, and then on the neck, which is right here, I'll be installing the tuning machines, probably just the high and the low E string, just to make sure that the strings, when they run from here, line up and run along the neck properly and align with the bottom two tuning machines. So again, you know, the craftsmanship isn't amazing on this kit, but that's to be expected. I didn't pay a whole lot for this kit. I'm still pretty impressed at the overall quality. And of course, I've already done something stupid. All that water that I spilt has kind of caused a little bit of an ugly stain. And it's kind of, you can see, where is it? The line right there, the water. There's a big line there now. But that being said, I'm going to be sanding this thing anyway, so hopefully that'll get rid of that stain that I've kind of already put on there. I am finishing the guitar with tung oil, and then on top I have a polyurethane that I'm going to be applying and then polishing that to make a nice shiny top. So let's get started. So I've got my bridge pieces here. I've got my tuning machines. I might just speed this part up. Otherwise, this video is going to be like 4 hours long. All right. So we got the tuning machines in, we got the strings through, and let's see if everything lines up. Okay, so we got the stop piece in there, we got the bridge, we got just a high E and a low E string, and it's running down the neck. And again, the nut is not solid, the nut is just resting strictly based off of the string tension holding the nut in place. And we got the two tuning machines in place and the string going through the nut in the tuning machine. So far, I'm impressed. If you look at the string, it goes straight up and down the fretboard, right into the proper bridge pieces there. So if you look right over the pickup cavities, absolutely straight, right through, which is awesome. And one more test that I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop those humbuckers back in there, and just to make sure that you know, the strings are running over top of the magnets. So I just dropped this humbucker in there. Yeah, this test isn't perfect, but you can tell that the strings, get the stupid thing to line up, are running directly over top of the magnets. So we're good to go. We got a straight neck. Again, I don't have to modify anything. The neck already fits perfectly, which is great. So that was my biggest concern. And yeah, we are in business. So all of our dry fitting is good to go. So we do not have to return this kit. So Solo Music Gear does specify that if you do this test and everything does not line up, you could send it back. And they ask that you do this test before you do anything else, any sanding or anything, because that way they can still take the kit back. If you do any modifications to the kit whatsoever, they won't take the kit back. So now, if this wasn't fitting properly, I would have been able to send this back, but I don't have to. So we have a full-on kit. And I think that's going to conclude actually the first part of this series. I'm not really quite sure how I'm going to break the parts, but I think this is kind of a good little recap. Day one, I'm pretty tired. This is at the end of my day. I just had a long day at work. And so I'm going to tackle this tomorrow. And we're going to actually do some work on this guitar. I'm thinking I'm probably going to heat the bindings and take them off and put the new ones on. And maybe a couple other things, maybe some neck work tomorrow. So, yeah, and here are all the supplies that I'll be using. I'm going to be using water-based dye, 3 different colors. I got some true black stain for the backs and sides. I got some polyurethane for the top. I got a brush, tongue oil, and then a couple other things as well. So I'm excited. We have ourselves a guitar. And with that, I will see you next episode.